lowering the shoulder. Swing and a miss. McGinley scores!
And it's going to be a challenge for us. I mean, they're a really talented football team. I think everybody knows that.
Four wide receivers. Pressure. Steps up. Marshall wants to run again. Cuts down the middle of the field. All alone. Touchdown! Warriors! What a cut.
Few things go better in Michigan with gray, gloomy January days than a hockey game. And few things go better with high school hockey in Michigan than this matchup. Always fun at any level. Today we've got Catholic Central Blue against St. Mary's Varsity White. Evan Stockton, Ben Holden, alongside the rest of our great crew. Glad you're making some time for us. You know, Ben, there's many good things about being two of the best high school hockey programs in Michigan, which Catholic Central and St. Mary's are. But one of the downsides is you've got so many good players, and sometimes they all can't play on varsity. That's why these teams exist, and we're excited to cover them today.
Yeah, no question about it. And Orchard Lake St. Mary's really has implemented this program where they're building the core of their program. They're keeping kids in their program. You give them an opportunity to do like they do in the American Hockey League and the National Hockey League, where they get a chance to be called up. There's a couple on the Orchard Lake side that we'll talk about as we move along in the game that may get a shot to go up with Brian Clano and his varsity team here down the road in the very near future. Catholic Central, I mean, we know what a machine they are. Brandon Kalnicki, their varsity coach, and Jamie Masters, they got a good thing going here. They have one goaltender. They've ridden this kid. He's been really good for him, Bobby Brandt. And Catholic Central is, to your point, NCC. CC and St. Mary's, I should say, both these teams are full of talent. So it's good to see both of these programs. Brother Rice wants to get in on this kind of model as well, where they give their kids a chance to stay in the program, build a core, and build depth.
Take it from me, somebody who is not good enough to play varsity hockey at Catholic Central. This game, these teams mean a lot to these guys. Second time, Ben, that they've played already this season. What do you think we can expect out of this game specifically tonight?
Well, out of this game, and the first time you mentioned the meeting before, 3-2 CC won, I think you're going to see a high pace. I think you're going to see a very similar thing that we see with their varsity teams. I think you're going to see high pace, high tempo, a lot of skill out there. Let's keep in mind some of these kids are 14 and 15 because they're freshmen. None of these players on either one of these teams are seniors, so they're mostly juniors. So they're players that are developing their game. I think you're going to see a fun game, a close game with a lot of speed and a lot of tempo.
Excited to be here, excited to see the future and sometimes the present of Catholic Central and St. Mary's hockey at a level different than varsity. Catholic Central Blue, St. Mary's White coming up from St. Mary's. Wednesday matinee hockey starts right after this. Lowering the shoulder.
Swing and a miss.
McGinley scores!
And it's going to be a challenge for us. I mean, they're a really talented football team. I think everybody knows that.
Four wide receivers. Pressure. Steps up. Marshall wants to run again. Cuts down the middle of the field. All alone. Touchdown! Warriors! What a cut.
In the state of Michigan at every level. And today we get a chance to highlight a couple of teams at Catholic Central and Orchard Lake St. Mary's that are not the varsity teams, but if we're just being blunt about this, they have about as much talent, Ben Holden, as any varsity team has in the state of Michigan, and it's always fun when Catholic Central meets St. Mary's on a hockey rink anywhere.
Yes, it is, Evan. I was just catching up. Hopefully I didn't miss you too long there. I was having a little conversation with the officials down here. They were all very complimentary of the broadcast here we've done with the prep the last couple of years. But you're right, and it'll be a fun game, and these kids have a lot of incentive. You know, we talked about in the open a little bit. You know, there's the opportunity for some of these players to go up and play with the top varsity team. And there's a couple on the St. Mary's side that I'll point out. Number 12, R.J. Gallus. He was up on the red team earlier this year, but got sent down. But one of the assistant coaches for Orchard Lake's red team told me before the game today that he's got a shot. So, too, does number 61, Cam Sussex. So we'll see how those guys play here today.
Catholic Central in those very familiar Valiant blue and Peerless white sweaters with the Catholic Central in script cursive across the chest. Announcing their starting lineup, you see Ryan Day, number 2, and Gabe Thompson, number 11. 2 of the 5 skaters being introduced on the ice for Catholic Central to start the game. And Orchard St. Orchard
Jason Devich. And in goal, number 32, Bobby Brandt. The Shamrocks are coached by Jamie Masters.
State of Michigan overall this year. Once again, Catholic Central, one of the best in the state. We've already covered St. Mary's a couple of times. They're high. And this is
in goal, number 34, Thomas Reaver.
Also have some juniors and older guys on the team. I suppose it's not a traditional JV setup where it'd be all freshmen and sophomores. A little bit different, I think, with both of these two teams.
Yeah, you know, it really is. And, you know, Orchard Lake St. Mary's had 3 teams doing this with 2 varsities.
And forward, number 84, Stephen Lewis. The Eagles are coached by Steve Schneider, Drew Mayer, and Andrew Robinson, and Dave Mueller. At this time, we ask that you please.
So I think it's great for high school hockey. I'm a big proponent of it. It keeps kids playing high school hockey, keeps them out of travel, at least for a year or 2. But we'll get into that more as we go along, Evan.
They're playing the anthem, so we'll hit a break and come on back with Puck Drop at Orchard Lake St. Mary's. Varsity White and Catholic Central Blue coming up right after this break.
Hi, I'm Nick DePonio, and this is HVAC.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the diamond.
In the pool. On the field. Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah!
Be great.
Participate!
Back at Orchard Lake St. Mary's, the varsity white team for the Eaglets preparing to face Catholic Central Blue on a Wednesday afternoon. Thomas Reber, your netminder for Orchard Lake St. Mary's, sophomore in between the pipes. The varsity white team for St. Mary's is blessed. Ben, they actually have 2 goalies. Catholic Central Blues only got the 1 goalie, Bobby Brandt, a junior who they speak really highly of. 31 in blue and white. He's played really well all year for the Shamrocks.
Yeah, he's toted the mail for him. He's played every single game for Jamie Masters, who's a former high school player himself back in his youth. I won't tell you what year, but because he wouldn't appreciate that. But he played at Toledo St. John's, and he's really been a horse for them. And Brandon Kalnicki, who coaches their white team, they've had him up and down a little bit, but he's the guy on this team here today, and he'll get the nod between the pipes.
Jason Kavich to take the face-off for Catholic Central. And down to the ice, he wins it. Dropping the puck on a Wednesday afternoon at Orchard Lake St. Mary's as their varsity white team plays Catholic Central's blue team. Excited to cover both of these teams. Already, St. Mary's varsity white team, as Ben was just telling you, has had a couple of guys called up to their main varsity. Truly some of the guys who we will see playing really high-level high school hockey in the not-too-distant future are playing on this ice right now.
Yeah, you know, and part of the reason why there's a Catholic Central player down, let's make sure he's all right first. It's number 2, Ryan Dye, on the back end, who you talked about. Looks like he's okay from my vantage point down here in the penalty box here, Evan. But, you know, to go a little bit further into that, St. Mary's wanted to convert their JV Red team into another varsity team. Brian Clano, their longtime coach, won 3 state titles here. They had to cut seniors. They had nowhere for the kids to go. Kids that dedicated 3 or 4 years of time and commitment into the program. This gives them an opportunity to stay in the program. I think it's great, and I think you're going to see a lot more of these schools that have the player pools be able to do it, Evan.
Here comes St. Mary's on a 3-on-2. A shot from the right side, swallowed by Brandt. First time he's faced one tonight, up to the task.
Yeah, pretty easy stop for him there. Angle was good. Body positioning was really good here, as you see, and good low shot. But that's an easy one for Brandt. He was right in position.
Ben, to your point, it has been a problem at the high school level. A lot of coaches have talked about the fact that guys are defecting, quote unquote, to the CompuWares of the world, the Little Caesars of the world. There's so much talent within this state, but what Michigan suffers from, which I suppose a state like Minnesota does not, is a lot of the guys in Minnesota dream of growing up and playing high school hockey. It feels like in Michigan, at least in the last few years, guys dream of playing travel or AAA instead of playing for their high school.
Yeah, and it doesn't hurt when the kids in Minnesota see 20,000 fans inside the XL Energy Center, but you know, you tip your hat to them, and I think that in this state, there are enough players. There's so many players. I don't have the numbers in front of me, but Michigan is right up there with the states that have high school teams and high school numbers, and I think it can be done. You just got to keep building it and hope that some of these kids buy in, and these two programs, they clearly are with this program they're both following here, Evan.
St. Mary's gave it up in their own defensive zone. Catholic Central tracking it down to the offensive zone with Leo. Back to the blue line and rimmed all the way around the boards. Charlie Connolly on the ice for CC. They were changing behind the play. Shamrocks hold it in. There's Charlie getting body bumped behind the net, still fighting for it. Free puck in the slot and out to neutral ice.
Good quick change from Catholic Central. Got some fresh legs on.
Left side, they tried to play it in front. Got blocked down by one of the St. Mary's bodies. Big Ryan Harrington, sophomore defenseman. Here's a point try from Catholic Central. It went in. I'm not sure how. Ryan Dye threw it on net. There were a couple of bodies perched on that left post, and it squeaked through.
That was an absolute missile. I had a great vantage point from where I'm at down here just at the end of the Catholic Central bench from the right point. Watch this shot here. You'll see him get it. I think the back angle of this will be a little bit better. It was slowed up. It didn't have the heat on it. Here's the better look at it here. I mean, that's just a missile he threw there. The goalie got it, but he didn't get enough of it, Evan.
Connolly was in front. Ryan Dye took the shot. Until we hear otherwise, we're going to give Ryan the goal. Sophomore defender for CC makes it 1-0. As you were talking about, Ben, that thing really was a missile.
It really was, and I just confirmed with the scoring bench, one of the beauty things of being down here where I'm at, it is Dye's goal. They've given the goal to Dye.
Took Catholic Central 2.5 minutes to score their first goal. Trying for another one. That point shot got blocked. Now St. Mary's coming back the other way, getting over the red line and dumping it deep. Shamrock defender fell down behind his net. Shamrock still breaking out, though. Out to center they come. Connolly chasing after the puck again. St. Mary's settles it down in their own defensive zone. By the way, Ben, for anyone who's watched our hockey broadcast, they may not be able to notice that I'm up here and you're down there. They do the same things on Red Wings broadcasts at home, but yeah. Mickey's only down there in between the second and third, and you are down there the whole game. Like, how did you finagle that in your contract?
I just have a good agent, man. Chad Bush is my agent, so I was able to pull a couple strings. No, I love being down here, as you know, and our group knows I've been a play-by-play guy for a long time, but I enjoy doing these games with you and our crew, and I love being down here. I just get into the game a little bit more, and it's fun to be down here with the players, and, hazard pay doesn't come with it. A couple of the refs came over and said, maybe you ought to wear a helmet. I said, I'm fine, but just got to keep your head up like you do on the ice. And now, I wanted to say, Evan, too, like after the goal by Dye, I always like to see how teams come back. How do they respond from that? So let's see if Orchard Lake can turn the tide here and start playing in the O-zone a little bit.
Here we go. Right on cue. 2-on-1 shot and a save by Brandt. man, he's only faced a couple of shots so far, but he's looked darn good stopping them both.
He really has, Evan. He's looked really calm. He's that calming presence back there. That's an easy stop for him. A low shot by Ryan Hatch, but Brandt's been in position. He looks really comfortable in there so far.
And I'm glad that was Ryan Hatch who took the shot, and it was saved by Bobby Brandt, because those two guys are basically the reason that these two teams exist, both juniors.
Yeah.
Who, if we're being honest about it, would
Yeah.
probably be playing varsity hockey someplace at some other school.
Yep.
But because they happen to go to these two great schools, they need a place to play. That's an offside play, by the way.
It's a good point. It really is. And, you know, again, that's what I like about what these schools are doing with these teams and giving the kids an opportunity. I think it instills, too, for these younger kids, it instills more accountability in them because – you know, I mentioned the two players on the St. Mary's side here that got a chance to go up, Gallus and Sussex, and it gives the kids accountability and it gives them incentive as well. Hey, I might get called up if somebody unfortunately gets hurt, but that's the nature of sports. So I love that about what's happening.
Was it a late offside? Got waved off. Catholic Central on a long bomb breakout pass promptly had their pass picked off. Sam Rogers gained the blue line. Working left side of the ice, played it off of the back of the Catholic Central net. Not a lot of sustained offensive zone time yet for St. Mary's. Break here, though, as Catholic Central just sent it down for an icing. Friendly reminder for you, if you're just tuning in to one of your first high school hockey games this year, you may have noticed that Catholic Central won the race to the puck if you're watching an NHL game, but there's no such thing. It's just a guaranteed icing at the high school level. And also you can change your lines on an icing. That's the big one.
It is a big one. That's a good point as well. You're not penalized by having to leave those players on the ice.
Ooh, pass to the slot just behind its intended target. Catholic Central has done well so far. That opening goal and some good chances. Michaelis for St. Mary's flops it on deep. Ford checking away. But Catholic Central gets it to center. Coming ahead 3-on-2. Floated far side of the ice. A gorgeous saucer pass. Couldn't quite be brought down. And this puck is out to neutral ice. Shamrocks attempt to clear the defensive zone with a pass all the way around the rim, but St. Mary's does well to keep it in. 4 o'clock the start time. Of course, usually high school games are played a little bit later in the day because the school day ends right around 2:30, 3 o'clock. Another one of the St. Mary's teams was practicing right before the varsity white team got on the ice tonight. I guess this afternoon. It's such force of habit, Ben. I want to say tonight, but it's not really nighttime yet.
Not yet. It's not even 5 o'clock yet. You're right. See if St. Mary's can get a little more time here. Catholic Central, they've done a good job of keeping the pressure on St. Mary's. Now, I'd like to see if you're St. Mary's, let's see a little pushback from them.
A couple of opportunities for St. Mary's in the offensive zone. Catholic Central has lived in St. Mary's defensive zone large chunks of this game today. St. Mary's spikes it off the glass, trying to get it out of the zone. And it is indeed out to center. Catholic Central coming ahead. This is Linton, the junior, shooting it wide. Right point shot tipped wide. There he is again. Linton just took the shot and he was perched on that right post.
Like the way he thinks. Get your stick on the puck when it's near the net, going toward the net. Here's a turnover by CC though.
Ooh, it's played in front, held in, right point, knuckleballing shot that goes wide. Tough break for that Catholic Central defender who blew a tire and then throws it out of play. Poor Connor Laird just wants to get off the ice.
He's going to get a chance now is Steve Schneider, who's the head coach of the Orchard Lakeside. 20 years he's been coaching. DEA agent for his real job is what he has done for a long time. He's been with Brian Clano for about 20 years. So they know the players, they know the personnel, and the core of players they have here at St. Mary's with Steve as their head coach.
St. Mary's in their offensive zone had a left point shot that was tipped. Hatch let it go. And now we've got a whistle.
I got company.
Player. All right, what happened, Ben? Let us know.
I got company coming here. Interference is what they're going to call. Whoop. They're going to call interference on St. Mary's. See if we can get a look back at it. It was pretty clear. Caught it in the slot is where the penalty took place. So we'll get our first look at CC's power play, and that's not it there. It was there on the right side is what they called. So the Shamrocks, they get the first power play here in the game.
Jack Weiserick is in the box for St. Mary's. Got to kill it off. As Catholic Central already with that opening goal, not even 3 minutes in, Ryan Dye had a point shot that found its way home. Shamrocks are trying to double up St. Mary's here.
Dye's out there to quarterback this power play. We saw how good his shot already is, so getting a body on him, if they get it set up in the O-zone, will be very important for St. Mary's.
Laird with a fine pass ahead to Andrew Watson, and the sophomore forward lost it. Right back to Laird.
Oh.
Look at that move. Pass far side of the ice. Oh, man. What a play set up by Connor Laird.
Danny Dangles there. Nice stick handling.
He's got it again. Can you tell he's the captain of the power play? Dye, point shot, swallowed for a whistle.
I really like the way this young man shoots the puck. I mean, that one was gobbled up as we saw there, but just a good shot, gets it down in front of the goal. That's what you want. Good low shot. They didn't have any traffic in front, though, but that's what you want from those defensemen on the power play, really anytime. Good low shots, a foot or less off the ice.
Another point shot this time got blocked and played out to center by St. Mary's. Still about 50 seconds to go on this power play for Catholic Central, but this is a turnover that's not going to help the cause. Jackson Leiter sandwiched his man off the play, and the breakout pass was tipped out of play.
Good pressure there by St. Mary's. Put a little heat on CC there. Saw the puck carrier lost an edge back there with the pressure that was applied. No harm done if you're CC, though, but got to see more of that out of St. Mary's. They want to keep putting the pressure on, keep putting the heat on them. Still got a little over half a minute to go in the kill for them.
Just the one shot for Catholic Central on this power play, but maybe another one's about to come. They're into the offensive zone. Shooting it. There's your second shot, but a nice glove save made by the sophomore netminder, Thomas Reber.
So it looks like Jamie Masters is putting out his top forward group here. He talked to us pregame. We appreciate that. We talked to Steve Schneider recently as well. And one of those that's out there now, Evan, is number 11, Gabe Thompson. He said he's a guy to keep an eye on. We'll see if he does anything here throughout this game.
I won't directly quote Coach, but he said Gabe's skating ability was among the best he's seen at this level in a while. What did he say? He could get up and down the ice faster than anyone I've seen?
Yeah, and he talked, too, about his game, and it's part of developing as a young player, and that's making sure that you're not ahead of the game and you're playing the game in the moment, if that makes sense, and just letting the game come to you and not taking it too far. So it's something that any young player's got to work on. He's got a ton of talent and a ton of skill.
Lost stick behind the play, so this is a 2-on-2 for St. Mary's. Wheeling around the net, now playing it back to the blue line, and their blue liner, Santangelo, couldn't get to that right point in time.
So I always talk about this. Look out.
Oh, boy, Santangelo lost an edge. Catholic Central plays it back in front, tipped wide.
I always talk about this, Evan, whether it's a power play or a penalty kill, you can gain a lot of momentum out of either one after the fact or obviously during the fact. Let's see if St. Mary's can continue the momentum they had from a big kill here now that they're back to 5-on-5.
Oh, that was a monster hit, Ben. Did you see that?
I
Lowering
did.
the shoulder, one of the eaglets down there with a big crunch. That was Trevor Ulmer, number 19.
Puck into the bench of Catholic Central here, and CC on the attack, and yeah, that was awful close to being a penalty, but referees didn't feel it was. He stuck that right bicep up there and got him pretty good.
Just the one penalty so far. St. Mary's killed it off, as Ben was talking about. see if it leads to some success in the offensive zone. Laird for Catholic Central. Steers it to the far side of the ice. A shot from the point was tipped but wide and cleared out to neutral ice.
Tell you what, this Conrad Laird's a player to watch too. We were just talking about Thompson, but Laird's had 2 or 3 really good chances. He got his stick on that puck in the O-zone when the Shamrocks were just in there.
Another nice pass to Marchese for Catholic Central. Rims it right back to that guy we keep talking about, Connor Laird. Puck held in, left point, a shot blocked. St. Mary's throws it off of a body in neutral ice. So it's no icing, and St. Mary's can change. Coming up on 5 minutes to go, first period. Another big hit at center. They're really starting to throw the elbows out here. Catholic Central back in their defensive zone, plays it down the ice. St. Mary's will change a couple of guys behind the play as Catholic Central with a fire wagon change, as our friend Doc Emmerich used to say.
Classic.
There's a lot of great hockey broadcasters out there. I love Sean McDonough, Kenny Albert as much as anyone else, but I miss Doc on a nightly basis.
Yeah, a lot of people do.
Catholic Central pass, left side shot. Reber did a nice job hugging his post.
Good.
Puck dangerously played in the slot, Ben.
Sorry,
that is
Evan.
exactly what you're taught not to do. But
Yep,
St. Mary's gets away with it.
And it was a great job by Rogers, too, number 10 coming back there. Good defensive play to get a piece of the body and slow it up as much as he could there on that rush. Get a look here and just getting enough. Got the stick on him there. Did enough to just distract him and be a pest. And you always hear coaches talk about, we want to be difficult to play against. That's a good example. Rogers did a nice job. Used the stick, used the body, took the player out of the play. He'll remember that next time he comes into the zone. Ooh.
Another big hit. If you thought these guys weren't quite ready to go at the earlier start time, I beg to differ. Quick cycling play. Shot that may have gotten a piece of Reeder's mask.
Noah Guma, number 20, who's one of their captains, and the note I had from Steve Schneider was he's got a big, heavy shot. Well, guess what? He's got a big, heavy body, too, as you saw on that hit.
Another shot from the right side, tipped out of play. Ben, for everyone who doesn't quite understand hockey parlance, what's a heavy shot?
Heavy shots just mean it comes in, it's hard and heavy, and there's that hit. Guma involved in it there. It just means it's got a lot of weight on it. It means it's hard, it's heavy, and it's a different type of shot. It's a different feel of shot for a goaltender.
Nice defensive play. That could have been a 2-on-1, but the St. Mary's defense up to the task with that guy, Guma, again. Now Guma at center ice. Pitchforks it forward. A couple of sticks jam right near that center ice logo. Back into the Catholic Central defensive zone. A game that has been a defensive game at times. St. Mary's with 4 shots, Catholic Central with 6. Usually by this point of the period, you're up to at least 10 shots for somebody. Shot for Catholic Central there goes wide. Out to center it comes. And thrown deep where it's handled by Bobby Brandt. And that time he had to handle one again, but that wasn't the plan. A bad pass to the near side of the ice, and the goaltender had to stick it away. Just making sure Bobby's awake, you know?
He's awake.
Right side shot for Catholic Central, and that great skater we've been talking about, Gabe Thompson, goes wide.
Yeah, you can see it in his stride, Evan. He's got all the tools. St. Mary's starting to bang the body a little bit more. Hit there down to my left at the end of the bench there. That one by Steve Valise.
And Valise once again tangling with some bodies. Laird mixed up with it as well.
We're getting a penalty here. It's going to be too many men, I believe, is going to be the call on St. Mary's here.
Yeah, that would be their second minor penalty of the first period.
Yep, it is, and they're going to send Valise into the box. So the Shamrocks here will get a late first period power play. Just a bad change, and they got caught up right at the blue line at their bench down to my right with too many men.
All right, well, St. Mary's is 1 for 1 on the kill tonight. Got to do it again here. That's a good start, firing it down the ice.
Dye's out there. They've got him to quarterback this group. I'd say it's 1A and 1B for the forward groupings they play on the power play. This Dye kid's really good. I can just see it. His pass, he's got confidence. He can shoot the puck, as we've seen already. Watch out for him, number 2. He's going to go back and get this puck.
St. Mary's clears it again. Laird 2 and Laird 9 and Dye 2 were the 2 big guys on that last power play for Catholic Central. Got another whistle because the net came off its moorings.
Yep, little contact going by there, a little buzz by on it. And they get it set behind Brandt. There's Dye. I mean, good-looking player. Like the way this kid skates, like the way he passes. He's confident. His head's up. He knows where he's going. He can really shoot the puck. He goes off now, and they get a fresh 5 on the ice on this power play here, Evan.
You know, it's kind of been the trend in hockey recently, Chad, to leave your power play unit out there for darn near the entire time. It's a bit of an old-school look.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, look, I mean, if guys are good and they're not sucking too much wind, then why not leave them out? You know, especially if they're putting heat and they're putting pressure on the penalty kill unit. They're playing in the attacking zone. I'm all for it as a fan. I mean, and coaches would be too. So they just got to know when to make the change, and these coaches do. They're all good, and they're tactical about the way they do things here.
This Catholic Central power play has been stuck in neutral. Over a minute's gone by, and I don't think they've had a shot on net yet.
No, St. Mary's done a good job again. Not much in terms of kicks at the can yet. Still got 53 seconds to go in it, but they're going to get Dye back out there on the back end, and Gabe Thompson, number 11, who we've talked about out there as well up front.
Still plenty of time in this power play for Catholic Central. 45 seconds, counting down. They hold the offensive zone right side of the blue, and now St. Mary's once again sends it down the ice.
Well, another advantage of being down here, Evan, is I get to hear the bench chatter, certainly from the visitors in here. And the chatter has been the last, I'd say, 20 to 30 seconds. Let's keep on the forecheck. Let's stay on them. See if they can do it.
Smosh, nice wrist shot, but a better kick save made by the netminder for St. Mary's, Reber. Someone lost their stick. That's going all the way down the ice as a Shamrock down there had their stick go flying.
Twigs flying all over the place.
3, 2, and 1. Both teams back to full strength. Valise right out of the box, pass to the head. There's that man we keep talking about, Ryan Dye, with the biggest hit of the day.
I've been really impressed with this young man. I mean, he's showing me he can do it all. That was a textbook open ice hit, smart play, didn't take a penalty. That's how you do it, and that's how you play the game in a physical style and let the opposition know, you know what? You're going to pay a price to come in. Watch this play. Beautiful hit there, and this young man's got a bright future. He's a really good hockey player. He's shown us a lot here so far in almost a full period.
You know, Ben, before the game, Catholic Central Blues coach Jamie Masters was telling us Kalnicki has taken some of our defensemen for his team this year.
That's a penalty,
the way
though.
they're playing, they may have to take more of these Catholic Central guys, as we have got a lot of things going on here.
We
Puck
do.
went into the net. That's not going to count because we have a Catholic Central player down behind the net, and then the St. Mary's player lost his helmet.
Well, Connor Laird was the one that hit the St. Mary's player, and he's the one that lost his helmet. So that right there is a penalty on the hit on St. Mary's. No question. You can't do that. Right in the back, and then boom, right up high on that hit. I think both these guys are going to go. So I was just eavesdropping a little bit there, and referee delivering the message, and clearly a hit to the head on that shot that knocked the helmet off. So.
And Ben, you can tell Connor I said this. I don't blame him for that hit because his guy got hit behind the net. Like, what's he supposed to do? He's standing up for his guy.
Yeah, I mean, I understand that. You just got to do it in the right way. I mean, I'm very surprised that hit on the end wall was not a penalty on St. Mary's, but it's not. It's a power play for them here, Evan.
This will bleed into the second period if they don't score in the next 5 seconds. CC sends it, not out of the zone, but St. Mary's not going to get a shot on net. So this St. Mary's power play will extend into the second period.
Yeah, it will, and this is an opportunity for Steve Schneider and his guys at St. Mary's to kind of get in, regroup, A little chippy there at the end of the period, but I think we understand why. But again, still you got to play the game without going over the edge. But they're going to have a $144 to begin the second period with a power play. So a lot to clean up for both teams. 1-0 first period, but for St. Mary's, they're going to have fresh ice and nearly a full 2 on the power play when we start the second.
Catholic Central Blue and St. Mary's Varsity White played a really good game earlier this year. It was 3-2 between these two teams, and this game certainly, Ben, is shaping up like we're going to have another tight one right down to the wire.
Yeah, it looks that way, and Jamie Masters, he's the head coach of this CC Blue team. They have to let St. Mary's go by, and I'm keeping my eye, too, on something on the ice. Connor Laird is still talking to the referee that called that penalty. I think he just wanted a clearer explanation. He didn't feel like he did anything wrong, but to me that was a head shot that knocked the helmet of the St. Mary's player off. Again, I thought there should have been a penalty on the play on the end wall. There wasn't, so that's where we're at, 1-0 after one period of play here, and a power play with a minute 44 to go in it. We'll have Evan when we start period 2 for the home team.
For now, we'll hit a break, come on back in a few minutes, and get you ready for the second after the Zamboni does its job. Fun hockey game so far. Ryan Dye is the only goal of the game, and Catholic Central leads St. Mary's by 1.
All right, this is Adam. Take 2. Mark?
I guess.
I go like this.
The best part about playing football in Texas has to be the reaction from the community.
I want to encourage others to play volleyball or choir because you get to experience new things and do stuff that you've never done before. My reason why is passion.
My reason why is pride.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 300,000 participants here in Michigan who take part in high school sports.
Welcome back to Orchard Lake St. Mary's. First period intermission. Catholic Central up 1-0. In business for more than 20 years, Siemens Services are painting specialists for commercial, residential, and industrial locations. Our talented painters pay close attention to detail in every exterior and interior project, from wall covering, staining, varnishing, power washing, caulking, sealing, epoxy floor coatings, specialty coatings, drywall repair, parking lot striping, and maintenance contracts. With first-class equipment and a talented team, Siemens Services can provide customers with exceptional quality, value, and service. Contact them at 248-563-5399, or if you just want to send them an email, mark@siemensservices.com. Also have to thank our friends at Berg Tool, a Metro Detroit-based full-service provider of turnkey fabrication, milling, and turning projects. Their highly skilled team of welders and machinists have decades of experience supporting the automotive, oil, gas, defense, aerospace, medical, and machine build industries. Berg Tool has successfully passed its AS9100 Stage 2 quality audit and has been recommended for final certification. Go visit their website at bergtool.com for examples of their wide range of capabilities, contact information, and no-cost estimates. Zamboni scraping off the ice here at Orchard Lake St. Mary's on a Wednesday afternoon. Catholic Central Blue, Orchard Lake St. Mary's Varsity White in a fun game so far. Catholic Central's got a 1-0 lead, but St. Mary's has a power play when we start the second period, and we're back in just a few minutes to get you ready for that second period.
Every high school sporting event in the state of Michigan has one thing in common: officials. Every game, every meet, every match. Without officials, there'd be no touchdowns, no three-pointers, no face-offs. Without officials, there'd be no games. Officiating is a great way to give back to your community and stay involved with the sports you love. And officials are needed now more than ever, because without officials, it's just practice.
On the carry, number 9.
My dad and my grandfather are officials. I've grown up around officials and seeing how much they enjoy being part of the games. As a student athlete, I've always appreciated the people out there who are willing to give back to the kids. The Legacy program lets me officiate while I'm still in high school, working younger kids' games. Officiating gives me a better understanding of the game. I get to make some pretty good money for a high school kid, and I even get to spend some quality time with my dad. There's help wanted. Just whistle.
Hi folks, Dr. Joe here again with Michigan Orthopedic Surgeons. Did you know that kids are not little adults when it comes to sports injuries? That's because of something called the growth plate. Growth plates exist all over the human body in our growing athletes. They're actually little cartilage discs that exist at the end of all the long bones. It's simply where a kid grows. The problem is that the growth plate can be the weak link. What might be a sprain, a strain, or a tear in an adult when they hurt themselves can actually be a growth plate fracture in a kid. So it's important, if your kid has hurt themselves and they're not using their arm or they're not able to put weight on a leg, come see one of us, get an x-ray, and make sure it's not a growth plate fracture. For more information, go to miorthosurgeons.com.
We are the MHSAA, a collection of 750 high schools and 750 middle schools, from Temperance to Copper Harbor, from New Buffalo to Alpena. Each year, more than 250,000 students play one of our 28 sports. More than 1.5 million fans attend our postseason games. There are 30,000 coaches and 8,000 officials, not to mention all of the volunteers. The MHSAA believes in the 4 S's. School sports should be safe and kept in the appropriate scope. We believe nothing beats great sportsmanship, and that scholarship in the classroom is more important than excellence on the field or court. Most of all, we believe school sports should be fun. So come out and join us at a game. Support your school, support your community, and come see what the excitement is all about.
As the voice of Michigan's student athletes, the Student Advisory Council's role
is to convey the message of how high school sports should be played.
We are responsible for helping the MHSAA maintain a positive and healthy atmosphere
in which interscholastic athletes can thrive.
We believe that athletes should be competitive,
sportsmanlike, and excel academically.
We believe that students in the stands should have fun,
but not take away the focus from the game.
We believe coaches should act like teachers,
helping student athletes develop while still keeping high school sports in perspective.
We believe that parents should always be positive role models
and support their child's decisions.
We believe officials commit their own time to high school sports,
and respect should always be shown and given to them.
The most important goal for student athletes is to enjoy high school sports
while keeping a high level of respect between all those involved in the games.
Enjoy the game.
Back at Orchard Lake St. Mary's, the varsity white hockey team playing the blue team, Catholic Central Blue. Catholic Central leads 1-0 on a Ryan Dye goal a couple of minutes into the hockey game. But, as you can see on the scoreboard, Catholic Central has a penalty. Power play for St. Mary's coming up. 1:44 remaining on the power play as we start the second period in just a few minutes when that Zamboni officially finishes all of its laps around the ice. Here's a look at some of the highlights from that first period. Both netminders played pretty well. That was the goal that was scored. Dye with a nice little wrist shot from the blue line that snuck its way through. Netminder for Catholic Central up to the task the entire period long. Bobby Brandt looked good, and so did Thomas Reber, the netminder for St. Mary's. That first period was really highlighted by some monster hits all over the ice. Some were clean, some weren't. Not a clean hit. Connor Laird is sitting in the box with a roughing minor for a couple more minutes, just about to start the second period. 1:44 remaining on that power play. Down to ice level we go. Ben Holden standing by.
All right, thanks so much, Evan. Yeah, we're in the penalty box in my office for the games here at St. Mary's. Steve Schneider's been kind enough to join us. Coach, Talk to us a little bit about what you guys are implementing here. We've talked about it on the broadcast. What are you really trying to accomplish with the teams and how you have the format set up here now for your players?
This is our first year. We've had 2 varsity teams here at the program. It's been tough the last 4 or 5 years. We've been cutting seniors from the top varsity team. And that's always hard when you got a lot of guys in the program and you got to say goodbye, but you got good talented young kids coming up and you got to make room. So we want to do this for a number of years. Unfortunately, we weren't able to, but this year the AD gave us the thumbs up and we went to the state and they said sure, but again, you know, there only one team can represent the school in the state playoffs, and that's not us, but that's fine because we're playing good competition. And that's the end result of what we want to do is get these guys playing against good teams throughout the year so when they do make that jump to the other varsity, they'll be ready to go.
And it gives them, I said it on the broadcast, it gives them accountability, gives them incentive as well, and it keeps them in your program. I know you got to get back to the bench. Your team's coming out. A thought on the opening period and what do you need to do better here in the middle period?
Thank you.
All right. Steve Schneider, head coach here with Orchard Lake St. Mary's. 144, Evan, they've got here. Clean ice. Power play opportunity. You heard Steve say there will be better in this period. They hadn't skated in a while. I don't think it's an excuse. I think it's reality that does take a little bit off your game when you're not skating much. Talked to Jamie Masters and one of his assistants as well before Steve came over, and they just want more shots. They want more traffic. We talked about what you and I talked about with Ryan Dye. I said, man, I'm really impressed with this young guy. He said, yeah, he shoots the puck better than anybody we've got on the back end. We've got to get more bodies in front, so we'll see if that comes through for CC here when the second period gets underway.
You know, Coach for St. Mary's made a really good point about the fact that the guys haven't skated for the last couple of days.
Yeah.
I feel like every school in Michigan has not had school the last week or so because it's either been too snowy or too cold.
Yeah, it's a good point, man. So here we go with a big chance here for St. Mary's to get level in this contest here, Evan.
Early goal for Catholic Central came in the first couple of minutes of the first period. St. Mary's hoping for an early goal to start the second, and room on the power play. A slot shot was saved by Brandt. That's still a wobbling puck, and Catholic Central clears. Man, great look to start the period. St. Mary's plays it to neutral ice where CC tracks it down and dumps it down deep again. Michaelis back to grab it for St. Mary's. Number 71 with those long strides was poke checked away on the back check by Catholic Central. Now St. Mary's takes it away. Have yet to establish time in the offensive zone on the power play, and it's not coming here.
Oof.
As again, Catholic Central clears the zone as yet again we've got another big hit.
And that was Guma. That's his game. Big, strong, physical young man.
Michaelis dumps it deep. Still 30 seconds remaining on this power play. Catholic Central does clear.
Good work out of the Shamrocks here thus far. Not much at all. They've spent more time, St. Mary's has, in their own end and the neutral zone than they have in the O-zone.
Still time, though, for St. Mary's coming into the offensive zone. Look at all those moves to get to the high slot. Got free of a couple of guys. And now St. Mary's with more room in the slot. They let it go for a shot that goes wide.
Back to 5-on-5 is hopping out of the penalty box here was Connor Laird.
Laird was one of those CC guys that we kept talking about, Ben, in that first period. Connor and Ryan Dye were all over the ice in that first period.
Yeah, they were, and Gabe Thompson's another player to watch, number 11 for CC as well. Icing called here. They're going to bring this back, so D-zone draw coming up for St. Mary's. So they don't get much, and they don't get really much in terms of looks on that power play.
Did get a couple of shots. St. Mary's outshot by Catholic Central in the first period. St. Mary's loses the face-off. Catholic Central right point shot got blocked. These two teams are not the varsity teams. St. Mary's varsity white, Catholic Central blue, but they wear the same jerseys. That's a shot that goes off the post. Oh my goodness, you can't come closer. Ryan Gallus nearly tied the game.
Great look.
Back into the offensive zone they come. St. Mary's shot swatted down by Brandt. He spiked that thing down with his glove. And another penalty.
Yep, that'll be a holding call. CC bench pleading their case that the stick was knocked out of his hand, but as I like to say, to no avail. So St. Mary's back to the man advantage here.
That penalty is on Lucas Smaj, talented freshman skater for Catholic Central. Lucas's brother actually plays college hockey at Arizona State, which has become one of the more fascinating programs in collegiate hockey over the last few years.
Yeah, Greg Power's done an amazing job out there with the Sun Devils. Of course, the Arizona Coyotes play in their building. Normally it's the other way around, but the NHL team playing in the college barn out there in Phoenix.
I've heard that's an unreal atmosphere for those games.
It is. I know a couple guys that play for the Coyotes, and they've said the same thing. It's pretty ridiculous how good it is. So it's a big opportunity here in this hockey game for St. Mary's, Evan. They need to get on the board here and get this thing tied up.
This is their second power play of the second period already. They had 1:44 on a power play to start this second period. Catholic Central clears.
Good work by CC. Simple play. Get it down the sheet, make them come 200 feet. And good pressure in there on the forecheck.
Gallus had it sticked away by Karadimas. Costa Karadimas for Catholic Central. A relentless forecheck on this penalty kill.
He's still relentless.
Yeah, St. Mary's can't get it out of their own defensive zone.
Great job by him. Good stick, too, but
Gallus shoots. Brandt makes the save. Big rebound. Waffles free. Next try, swing and a miss. Catholic Central sends it down the ice off of St. Mary's body, and it's scooped up. Under 50 seconds to go on the power play. Long wrist shot. Save made. Brandt kicking out the left blocker. Time for the Shamrocks, and down the ice it goes again.
Yep. So far, two pretty much textbook kills by CC here to begin the period.
Still time in this St. Mary's power play, but it's running down quick, under 25 seconds, and that's not going to help either.
Sure isn't. One last push here if they hurry. First, they got to get the puck.
Big hit. Took that Shamrock forechecker off the play. Laird, another big hit right in front of you, Ben.
Just to my left, that was Laird laying the body there. I got you. I'm just coordinating with the Shamrock guys getting out of the box here, Evan.
Are they paying you extra for doing that?
No.
I don't know if that's in the budget.
No, I don't think it is. I just like a hat.
We're working on that for both of us, okay? We're working on that for both of us. Left side pass. Oh, what a kick save. I hope Reber's all right. He did the splits.
Best and biggest save of the game for either one of these keepers. A fabulous stop that we'll get a couple of looks back at here by the sophomore Thomas Reber. And the CC player that shot that puck is still talking to himself. I mean, this is a golden opportunity. Great look there. The left pad gets that pad on it. Not enough lift on the shot. Huge stop for St. Mary's.
Another big hit. Catholic Central skater Jason Kavich got sandwiched by two different St. Mary's guys in the slot. English trying to get it out of the defensive zone. They got a guy behind the play. Catholic Central holds the zone and sends a shot wide. Linton let it go. Rolling down the ice. It got tipped, so no icing. Off the high glass and out of play with 11:36 to go in the second period.
Well, if you're St. Mary's, you got to be really frustrated having all the time they had to begin the period with the minute 44, as you referenced, Evan, and then they get another power play, and they really the second one was not even as good as the first one was, and that really wasn't a great power play. They didn't have really, in my opinion, any grade A looks. So see if they can dig in here and put a little push on.
Catholic Central takes it away. Charlie Connolly coming ahead to the forehand, blocked, net off its moorings, and a penalty.
Reber writhing a bit there, as you see, and looks like he's going to be okay. But a good opportunity for Connolly, good drive, kept pushing on, and It's an easy one there, and nearly could have been a penalty shot. He's a little bit further in front of him, but they're not going to call that one. It's going to be the standard 2-minute minor. CC goes to the man advantage, Evan.
This entire period, these teams have basically played 0 time and even strength. St. Mary's has had 2 power plays. Now Catholic Central has their first power play of the period.
Yeah, special teams so important in today's game, and so many more penalties called. Got to keep everyone on your bench engaged for those that aren't on the power play or on the PK. That's big too.
Connolly's pass pawed down in neutral ice.
Hand pass.
Yeah, and they call the hand pass.
Yep.
That was Mishler, the guilty party.
A little bit more intensity here in the second, I've noticed, from ice level from both these teams. A little bit more feistier, a little bit more bite from both teams here. And I go back to Steve Schneider when he stopped by and chatted with us, and he said, we'll be better in the period. They're still in it. It's a one-shot game. They need the next one. St. Mary's does.
Kronberger dumped it deep for St. Mary's. Catholic Central back to get it. Out to center it comes. Marchese, left side shot. Save Reber. I think that's been the cleanest look he's got at one all period long.
Yeah, I think you're right. And if you're CC now, you got a bunch of your skill guys out there on this power play. Laird will take the draw here, see if they can get it set up here and get into what they want to do with Dye. He's going to be on the right point. And you've got big number 22, Nick Taransky, is playing the left point. Dye's really the key in this power play. We've seen his shot. He's got the only goal. He's had a couple looks as well.
Man, there's still a minute to go on this power play. It feels like Catholic Central's been on the power play for 7 minutes. How'd they find a way to slow time down? Dye shot from the right side, tipped. Laird tracks it down, then he lost the puck. Dye holds the zone.
Wow.
That was close.
Good play.
And a turnover allows St. Mary's to send it down.
I mean, again, just another example watching this young man, number 2. To me, he's a 5-tool player. He's a young guy, but, man, he's got a ton of skill in his repertoire, and here he comes again.
Not many defensemen can skate like this.
He looks good.
Dye into the offensive zone. Turning back, forehand, he scores. Ryan Dye is fun to watch.
Right on cue, as we like to say in the business, Evan. That kid just put on a clinic going end to end, skates by the bench, skates by here, and an unbelievable play from him. And he makes it a 2-0 game. Both goals coming off his stick. I mean, look at the play there. Protects the puck, brings it out. Goalie's down. He gets him outstretched and goes far side with it. Another great look at it here. Patience, hands, and the ability and the poise to finish it off for a beautiful goal.
We keep telling you that these guys, a lot of them on the ice, are destined to climb in the ranks at Catholic Central and St. Mary's. Ooh, look at the skating.
Oh.
Tipped on net. Reber made the save a couple of times. It didn't go in somehow. Another try. Reber standing on his head. Ryan Dye is going to clip up that goal, send it to Cal, Catholic Central's varsity coach, and go, what are you doing? I mean, seriously, did you see that play?
Yeah, you know he's going to hear about it and more than likely see it. What a player. He's really, really impressed me today. Now it's imperative if you're St. Mary's. They got to find a way to get some control of the puck in this end of the rink and get themselves on the scoreboard here.
Kronberger's shot. Save for a face-off. Ben, yeah, put yourselves in the mind of St. Mary's, right? You start the period on a power play.
Yep.
Then you have another one. Neither goes in. Catholic Central now has a 2-0 lead, and all of this here was nearly 3-0.
Yeah, Caleb Linton there, a little shuffleboard-esque there, like he had a cue in his hand trying to stick that one in. I saw Kirill Marchenko, the Columbus Blue Jackets, do that. I want to say it was last week. He did it in a shootout, so creativity, the skill, but he didn't get it by the goaltender that time around.
Catholic Central starting to buzz. 2-0 lead and looking for more.
It's a good word, Evan. They are. They're buzzing hard.
Feels like a bit of a dangerous spot here for St. Mary's.
Yep.
They don't have to get the next one, but they'd really like the next one.
Yeah, I think it's really important for their side. I mean, CC's They've had all the penalty kill work. Beautiful play by Dye on that individual effort, basically end to end, and that can take the heart out of a team. The response for St. Mary's to me right now is everything.
Connor Bassett for St. Mary's played it further down the ice. He was shaking out his right hand. He may have gotten hit.
Looks like he's all right, though.
All right, here we go. Ryan Dye's pass high off the boards and down the ice. I guess he can't go all 90 feet on every play.
No, not every time, but get some fresh legs on the ice here for CC, and Laird will come back out. Been impressed, too, with Marchese, pretty good skater. He's been a pest in penalty-killing situations. He's back on the ice as well. And St. Mary's, they're going to call on Gallus. Talked about him in the outset of the show. He's a guy that may get a chance to go up to the other team here at St. Mary's.
Working hard in front, St. Mary's. A couple of cracks at that thing. Both saves made by Bobby Brandt, Catholic Central's goalie, who at times today has been watching his teammates do a lot of the work.
Yeah.
St. Mary's plays it back in front. Brandt hugging that post. St. Mary's holds the offensive zone. Back in their own defensive zone, the Shamrocks trying to get it out, and they do. Pitchfork it further, numbers coming ahead, played in front, and a gorgeous play ends in another Shamrock goal for Gabe Leo.
Broken play, easy one for Leo to chip in up top, and he makes it 3-0 here with just under 7 minutes to play here in the period. That's been all CC to this point with 2 goals. Here's a look back at it, a little chip there. And then Leo's all alone in space and goes high glove. Nice little finish right there. And we're going to get a goaltending change here for St. Mary's. Aiden Walker, who's a junior, is going to come in and take over the goal for the Eaglets.
What I wonder here, Ben, is maybe this is one of those deals where the coaching staff tries to wake up the team when you pull the goalie like that.
Yeah, I mean, you know, oftentimes it's either one of two things with a goalie when they get pulled, right? It's either they're not playing well or the coach is trying to send a message to his team, and sometimes it can be both of those things. I don't really blame Reber at all. I mean, the goal here that he gave up.
And Brandt with a couple of big saves for Catholic Central, and now St. Mary's whacking away, which will inevitably lead to guys at the front of the net talking to each other.
As is the case, but the goal he gave up that Reber gave up to Dye, I mean, I don't fault him on that one at all. That's just a great individual play. And then the goal that was just scored by Leo, I mean, nobody's home in front to help, and the guys hung out to dry. So I think this is more of a message to the team from Steve Schneider, like, hey, let's wake up, let's get our game going, and see if we can chip away at a 3-0 deficit.
That's St. Mary's coaching staff, Ben. Told you in between periods, they were pretty comfortable with where they were at. They just wanted a little bit more juice. This is the most dangerous lead in hockey, a 3-goal lead.
Yeah, it is. It is. So, but the team with the juice here is the team in blue and white so far.
Nice kick save made by Brandt. Loose behind his net. Catholic Central digs it free with Jackson Leiter. And it's swept on to center where it banks off the boards to a waiting Eaglet. Mercier entering the zone, playing it to the slot. Intercepted by Linton. Catholic Central strides ahead. Big, long skating strides for Caleb Linton. He got through the neutral zone in 3 seconds.
He is a big rig, man. You're not kidding.
Linton's on that far side of the ice right now. Lost a little steam. St. Mary's gets it out to center. Checked away by the Shamrocks, and then they just flip it straight out of play.
I got company in here. We both thought we were getting hit with that puck. We're good.
Ben, you were talking earlier about what you were sensing, the vibes from both benches. What are the vibes down there right now?
I mean, it's obviously I'm closer to CC's bench, but I mean, the vibe is really good for them. I mean, St. Mary's bench, I don't see a whole lot of chatter going on down there. Catholic Central's just going about their business. There's not a whole lot of chatter from them, but there's just a feeling of confidence, obviously, with their team being where they're at right now.
Still a lot of time to go in this game.
Yeah.
5:42 to go, second period, and we still got the whole third period to go. But these 2 goals for the Shamrocks in the second period, highlighted by Ryan Dye's end-to-end effort, have put them in a comfortable spot. Another try sails high over the net. Shamrocks nearly got another one with Connolly.
Yeah, he's had a couple good looks in this game. Another player that stood out. You know, you hear coaches all the time talk about you got to go to the scoring areas, you got to go to the dirty areas, you got to get in tight, you got to play beneath the hash marks and the face-off dots. Just a good job to hunt that puck down for the chance.
St. Mary's takes it away. Coming ahead 2-on-1. Right side shot goes wide left. Sussex took the shot, played back to him in front, and tipped on Brandt, who freezes.
One of the better chances that the Eagles have had here in the period. Yeah, just all of a sudden a 2-on-1 back the other way and tried to go high block on the far side on that shot. Did Cam Sussex. We talked about him along with RJ Gallus, 2 guys that may get a shot to go up, potentially play with Brian Clano's club, but right now they're on this squad and trying to help their team claw back into this game.
You know, St. Mary's has given up 2 goals in this second period, but they're out shooting CC. St. Mary's has 10 shots in the period. Catholic Central has 6. Just 2 of them have gone in.
Yeah. And the power play chance, 3:44 of power play opportunity here in the period for St. Mary's. They got nothing to show for it.
Trying to get the next one and make it a little more interesting when we approach that third period. Shamrocks forechecking and taking it away with Laird. Connor after it again. And taken away, sent out to center. Here's Valise, passing left. 84 in white and red, one of those guys who spent some time on the varsity team this year, the varsity team for St. Mary's. Ooh, big hit behind the net. Played off the backside of the net.
Oh,
another big hit. Man.
That was a man-sized hit, Evan.
Yeah, some of the hits in this game, I mean, seriously, you can hear them across the street.
Ryan Harrington laid that shot. He is a big rig, too, big number 24. I mean, he's got to be 6'4". Just a massive hit there, good clean hit. Watching him come off the ice here and takes a little glance to the bench, but then takes a glance back the other way. Here's the hit. Boom! And he looked up at the scoreboard. That's what matters, and he knows it. But a good physical play from him.
Off the face-off, St. Mary's gets it down the ice and back to Ryan Dye. The sophomore defenseman for Catholic Central who has scored twice today, that time in icing.
Sophomore, huh?
Yeah.
Boy, to have that kind of ability and talent and skill that he's got, going to be a big part of their program in the coming years, at least the next couple of years for their program, a program that's the benchmark in this state at the varsity level without question.
Shamrock hockey once again having another excellent season. Covered them here on the prep day before Thanksgiving at their traditional game at USA Hockey Arena against Brother Rice, and they won that game 5-0.
You know, in St. Mary's, they haven't won a title since 08. Their varsity team, they've got a really good team again this year. Maybe this will be their year to get one and hang another banner in here.
Quick developing play here, 2-on-1, pass right side. Brandt made the save. I'm not quite sure how.
Unreal save from Bobby Brandt. We'll get a look and we get a stoppage.
Now here's Dye into the offensive zone, feathering it off multiple bodies and off the top of the crossbar.
Smart play.
Up and down the ice we go. Catholic Central, point shot rising high. Thompson shot had smoke coming off of it.
That was a missile, my goodness.
Some high-level hockey the last few seconds. Thompson kept it in. Connolly passed it right. Shot, save, and a whistle. I got a feeling we're about to get another look at this awesome save for Bobby Brandt for Catholic Central.
Yeah, I would believe that as well.
Whew.
got the blocker on that, just punched it away, and he's made a couple of grade A stops like that. That might be the best of the bunch so far, but we talked about him too earlier on, Evan, and how Jamie Masters said, look, he's played all our games, played all the time in net, and you can see why. He's a good one, another young player in their program.
Coming up on 2 minutes to go. Second period where Catholic Central has scored twice. Body fell down. St. Mary's holds the zone. Sentinel on the ice. Catholic Central takes it away. Bodies converging and falling down. There's also a lost stick amidst all those bodies. Catholic Central on the breakout. Great pass ahead. And then a better back check by Sam Rogers for St. Mary's. Out to center they come. 2-on-2. Left side shot goes wide. Rogers holds the zone. Gallus for St. Mary's. Tried to send it back to Rogers' direction. Now to center. Quick recycle for the Shamrocks. Kara Demas, swing and a miss. Right side shot off the side of the net. Dye, of course, the guy who took that shot. Dye's got it again. Backhand shot blocked. Wobbling free. Dye back to keep the play alive. Right side, big slap shot goes wide. Now bodies falling down. Rogers can't clear the zone. Catholic Central living in the offensive zone. St. Mary's gets it ahead. Another 2-on-1. Gallus, right side, scores! That is just what they needed.
You're not kidding, Evan. They desperately needed that, and it comes in the final minute. You know the old adage, first minute, last minute of any period, you never want to give up a goal. This is a clutch play by a guy we've been talking about throughout the broadcast, R.J. Gallus, who's been up on their red team, their top varsity team, takes a look, finds a spot, and gets it underneath the trapper there. Low glove side. You don't see many shots like that from how far out he was. That's just a beautiful job to give his team some much needed momentum here late in the period.
In a period where St. Mary's has outshot CC and had multiple power plays, it felt like they needed at least one.
Wow.
Now they've got two. You talk about sudden change. St. Mary's just scored twice in 10 seconds.
Game on. And that's something you see so many players do at every level of hockey. Goal line, beneath the goal line, bank it in off the goaltender. You do whatever you got to do to try to get the puck at the goaltender and by the tendy, and watch this play. Basically on the goal line there with Zachary Wells. Smart play, just get it at the net. You never know, and it's a one-shot game now, Evan.
My goodness. We said 3-goal leads are dangerous.
You did.
Catholic Central couldn't pull the trigger on that last try. Would you believe in 15 seconds we went from saying, I don't know, going to be a long road for St. Mary's to, we got a hockey game all over again.
Yes, we do, and what a response. That just showed you an awful lot if you're Steve Schneider and his staff here with this St. Mary's team. You know, the big word around Detroit these days is grit, right? All grit from the Lions, right, Evan?
Yes.
That was an awesome display of grit, sticking to the game plan, never saying die here in the period, and they'll go to the room with the team in white and red, down by just one after it looked like they were about to go off the ledge here and be down 3-0 after 2 periods.
This is shaping up to be a fun finish. The white team, the varsity white team at Orchard Lake St. Mary's. 2 goals in like 10 seconds. Gallus, the first goal. And then a little bit later, Wells from a weird angle. Goal number 2. And they tell Catholic Central Blue, game on. Lowering the shoulder.
Swing and a miss. McGinley scores!
And it's going to be a challenge for us. I mean, they're a really talented football team. I think everybody knows that.
4 wide receivers. receivers. Pressure, steps up. Marshall wants to run again. Cuts down the middle of the field. All alone. Touchdown, Warriors. What a cut.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom.
On the diamond.
In the pool.
On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great.
Participate.
He's coming.
All right, we're back at Orchard Lake St. Mary's. Catholic Central leads 3-2 after 2, and a big reason why they lead, their great defenseman Ryan Dye is ice side with Ben.
Yes, all true, Evan. No doubt about it. Ryan's been kind enough to join me. Ryan, your team's on top 3-0. Let's start there. I want to ask you about the play you made, end-to-end play. I mean, just what went into it? Did you just see it and just take it?
Yeah, I mean, I was coming around the net. It was a power play. I knew there was, like, short time in the power play. I was like, we got to get something set up quick. And then when I got down in their zone, I saw I had a step on the defenseman and just took it and went for it.
You know, I was talking to some Michigan State hockey players this week doing their game on Saturday, and Joey Larson told us, he said, I shoot 500 pucks a day. How many pucks do you think you shoot a day?
Probably somewhere around like 100. I have a big bucket at home, so try and get one or two buckets in a day. So.
Well, your game's pretty dialed in. It's been really fun to watch you. Last thing for you, though. You're up 3-0, but now it's 3-2. What do you guys got to do here to get ready for the third to try to put that push back on that you seemingly had for all but the last 35 seconds of the period?
Yeah, I mean, they came back hard with that push, so just try and come out third period strong, play these last 17 minutes like it's the last 17 minutes we're going to play.
Last thing, I asked you before we came on, who's your favorite NHL player? Go ahead and tell everyone.
John Carlson.
That surprised me. I just thought it'd be somebody that was maybe a little closer in age, but why Carlson? He's been a great D for the Capitals for a long time.
Yeah, I mean, back when they had their run for the Stanley Cup, I just love watching them play, so I guess it started there.
That's good. Thanks for the time. We'll let you get in with your team. Good luck in the third.
Thank you.
You're welcome. There he is. He's been a star here for CC so far in the game. Both those goals, Evan, as you mentioned, and just a talented player. I really like his game. Not just the offensive side, the defensive side. The young man's got all it takes to be a really good defenseman, not only in high school, but we'll see, maybe beyond once he's done at Catholic Central.
Yeah, and I like the John Carlson reference, too. That was a bit of a deep cut.
That surprised me. I was expecting maybe a Cale Makar or a Charlie McAvoy or Mo Sider, but no, respect to that, man. Carlson's been a great D in the Capitals organization a long time.
Expecting a fun third period coming up. For now, we will take a quick break as the Zamboni does its job. Catholic Central 3, St. Mary's 2. We're back to recap the first two periods and get you ready for the third in just a couple of minutes.
From an ordinary idea comes a great journey. It all starts with a simple thought, a vision of something bigger, greater than what already exists. It's that spark that ignites the passion and drive to create something truly amazing. At G-Brand, we understand this journey well. We take pride in the details and perfecting every aspect of the process, regardless of how small or big they may be. Because it's more than just a design or a shirt. It's about outfitting future champions. There's something to be said about a team coming together, each member contributing their unique skills, talents, and ideas. It's that collective effort that takes a simple idea and turns it into something truly great. The process can be excruciating, with countless hours spent tirelessly reviewing every detail. But the end result is pure and so rewarding, knowing that we've created something that will inspire greatness in those who wear it. Whether they come from a savage land or a booming metropolis, whether their numbers are 2 or 2 billion, the greatest their numbers could ever become is truly to become one. That's why at G-Brand, we're more than just a clothing company. We're a movement, a community of like-minded individuals who believe in the power of coming together to make a difference. So join us on this journey as we strive to outfit future champions and inspire greatness in all that we do. G-Brand. Now that's game.
Hi, I'm Nick DePonio, and this is HVAC.
Back at Orchard Lake St. Mary's, getting ready for the start of the third. Catholic Central Blue. Orchard Lake St. Mary's, Varsity White. You know, when they played earlier this year, it was a one-goal game. Kind of figured this game would shape out similar, and we are excited for what may be a fun third period between the Shamrocks and the Eaglets. Thank you, as always, to our sponsors and our supporters here at the Prep, including our friends at Encompass Management Group, delivering to a higher standard. And also, General Contracting at 18161 West 13 Mile in Southfield. Number to call, 648-878-7400. One more break, and the start of the third between St. Mary's and Catholic Central. Right after this. Lowering the shoulder.
Swing and a miss. McKinley scores!
And it's going to be a challenge for us. I mean, they're a really talented football team. I think everybody knows that.
Four wide receivers. Pressure steps up. Marshall wants to run again. Cuts down the middle of the field. All alone. Touchdown! Warriors! What a cut.
Hi folks, Dr. Joe here again with Michigan Orthopedic Surgeons. Everywhere you look this time of year, people are running, and that's a great thing because running is an excellent exercise, especially for your cardiovascular and musculoskeletal systems. But the question is, are you running a safe running program? All too often, people are hobbled by things like shin splints and patellar tendonitis. But luckily, simple things like stretching and warm-up, the right running shoes, and realistic weekly mileages can keep you in your running game. For more information, go to miorthosurgeons.com.
Every morning, I woke up with stabbing pain in my feet. Plantar fasciitis, the doctor called it. All I know is it really hurt. One visit to Fix My Feet today and the pain was gone. And even better, the custom arch supports I got worked in all my shoes.
Don't wait. End your foot pain now. Call or visit Fix My Feet today.
Fix My Feet is now open in Rochester Hills, located on Rochester Road in the Target Center. Come in for a free consultation.
Hi folks, Dr. Joe here with Michigan Orthopedic Surgeons. We all know that our wives and daughters deserve special attention, but that's especially true when it comes to their knees. Do you know that females are at a 2 to 5 times risk compared to their male counterparts when it comes to blowing out their knees? It doesn't seem fair, but it's true. The reasons include the way females are made and the way they fire their muscles. But fortunately, there are injury prevention programs out there that can greatly decrease this risk of injury. And if you do know a female who blows out her ACL, don't despair. We have neat, innovative, minimally invasive ways to fix their knees and get them back onto the field. For more information, go to miorthosurgeons.com.
Some of the highlights from that second period. We heard from Ryan Dye couple of minutes ago. His second goal of the game made it 2-0 CC. And then later on in the period, they had a couple of golden opportunities to make it 3-0. Eventually, they would make it 3-0 in that second period. Big flurry of action there. St. Mary's stood tall. They couldn't stand tall here. Gorgeous shot, top of the net. Gabe Leo fires it in, and Catholic Central takes a 3-0 lead. But you've probably heard that hockey cliche. The most dangerous lead's a 3-goal lead. St. Mary's living up to it. RJ Gallus scores to make it 3-1, and then literally a handful of seconds later, St. Mary's, off a weird angle shot from the left side of the ice by Zachary Wells, makes it 3-2. So, as we get ready for the third period, Evan Stockton back with you. Ben Holden down at ice level. What we've got to wonder down at ice level is, Ben, based on how that second period ended, who's in a better mindset right now, Catholic Central or St. Mary's, you think, as we start the third?
I would say St. Mary's. I did talk to Jamie Masters. He was out on the bench early here right next to where I'm at, and I said, what's the key? What'd you tell your guys? And he said, offense has to lead to defense. Look out here.
Oh, my goodness. St. Mary's walking into the offensive zone. Sussex tried. Another follow-up. Saved away.
And I think on the other side, Evan, I mean, St. Mary's, 35 seconds it was, right, the end of that period that changed this game. They've got a ton of confidence. They got to be bubbling with that. They got to keep the pedal on the metal. They've got to play more in this end of the rink, in the offensive zone. If they do that, I think they get this game tied up. But they can't let CC get out and run with their top guys out there.
This is not a power play for St. Mary's, but it looks like it.
It does.
Shot from the point goes wide.
Good point.
Oh, sustained pressure they've had all night in the O-zone. Whacking away in front. Catholic Central finally gets it to center after about a minute of sustained action for St. Mary's. Save Brandt on a try from the blue line. Look out. And Catholic Central just fired it straight out of play. Luckily, this is not Little Caesars Arena. Otherwise, that's a penalty.
I don't know where it was coming. Everybody's laughing at me. The scoring table. I thought it was coming right in, but it's all good. Yeah, they're going to keep the pressure on here with the O-zone draw here. Will St. Mary's. And Gallus, that low glove side snipe, took the draw. He's out there with his group again, Evan.
Kyle Berry holds the zone for St. Mary's after that shot right off the face-off. Puck found by Catholic Central in the defensive zone, and out to center it comes. You know, in that second period, it was pretty darn even. Each team had 2 penalties. Each team scored twice. Shot total was darn near even. Heck, entering this third period, each team with 18 saves. Catholic Central may lead the game by a goal, but other than that, it's been pretty darn even.
Yeah, it has, and they played a couple of weeks ago. It was a 3-2 win for CC, and that's where we're at right now again, 3-2. Look out.
Tough break for St. Mary's, a blown tire. Catholic Central shot from the left side. Goes wide from Gabe Leo. St. Mary's finds that puck right in front of his bench. Passes across the ice. Wrist shot. Brent makes a nice glove save and freezes.
Both teams will change up. I watched Harrington skate by again, big 24. We can get a shot of him next time he's out on the ice. I mean, he is a giant of a young man there, and it was the last stop by Brandt. He's a big physical presence. He's going to be a problem for the rest of his high school career for the opposition teams he plays against here at St. Mary's.
Eaglets back into the offensive zone. Shot tipped high, but not out. It stayed in play. Shamrocks cannot clear the zone. St. Mary's holds the O-zone right side of the ice. Here's Dye. Already 2 goals. Big wrist shot save made by Aiden Walker.
You know, he's just so calm about it, too, and I just love his demeanor and the way he carries himself and the energy he plays with on the ice. He's a calm customer. Look at him there. He's like, get away, just trying to calm down the opposition, not let things get carried along any further. Smart play by him.
I mean, we've talked about this a few times in this hockey game. Catholic Central Blue, Orchard Lake St. Mary's varsity white. These are not the top varsity teams at these schools. But I think anyone watching this game is probably going, Ben, okay, that number 2 in blue and white, like he's a really good high school hockey player.
Yeah, I mean, I think, if you know hockey and you're following the game, you can see that. And, he's one of those guys. And I think, on the St. Mary's side, I think Gallus a really good player. He's got a really good game. I certainly like his game. Harrington and Guma, the two big D, 24 and 20 respectively.
2-on-1, not going to happen offside play.
A momentum killer there. But, yeah, I mean, these schools they're so rich in talent. All these schools that are in the Catholic League seem to have talented players in the pool of players. And, just to kind of circle back to what you touched on there, we came on the air talking about that. These two schools are, giving an opportunity to some players to, play on one of their varsity teams instead of, it doesn't do players much good, in my opinion, Evan, when you're playing JV hockey in this state. I just don't think there's enough talent. It doesn't do you much good to go out and beat teams 15, 16, nothing, or whatever the score is. I don't think you're really doing justice to the players, to the parents that all invest time in the sport, and I think you're better suited doing something like this. So hopefully we can see other teams that have the pool of players do this moving forward here, as St. Mary's and Catholic Central both doing it now here this year.
It's how we open the broadcast, talking about one of the few downsides to having such prolific hockey programs like Catholic Central and St. Mary's do.
Yep.
As you keep talking about, there's literally not enough room for all of the guys they have talent-wise on the main varsity team. And we're seeing that all night based on the awesome play we've seen from both these teams.
Yeah, I mean, I could sit here and I've mentioned a couple guys on each team, but there's 4, 5, 6 players on both teams to me that have really stood out and are high-quality, high-caliber players. So, again, I'm a big proponent. I played high school hockey in this state many moons ago, and been around the sport for a long time, and I want to see high school hockey continue to grow and get stronger in the great state of Michigan. We can do it. There's enough players, and there's enough great coaches out there as well.
4 minutes into this third period. St. Mary's coming ahead. On-man rush. Shot. Save. Brandt. Loose. Another save. Did St. Mary's get the tie? Yes, they did. Whacking away in front. That's Connor Bassett to tie it.
Persistence pays off, Evan, and they were persistent. Everybody out there, and they skate right by my vantage point here. They're fired up bunch. Catholic Central, they want to talk to the officials. Let's take a look back here. It all starts with that shot from the right there. Another poke, another whack at it there. A save from Brandt. And it's poked in there in front by Bassett, it looks like. And Jamie Masters, just to my left, wants to talk to the referees here. I'm going to listen in. So I don't know how much you were able to gather or hear from that, but CC felt like the net was off before that puck went in. The referee said it was not off before the puck crossed the line. So that's the clarification, and we're tied at 3, Evan.
Ben, I was trying to listen in as well. We were picking up a little bit of that on your microphone. I believe the official told Jamie Masters, I'm so glad you can see it better than I did.
He did.
I love it.
Ball game now. Game on.
This is 3 unanswered for St. Mary's. That coaching staff told us coming into the second period, I think our guys have a lot more to give. Well, they weren't lying to us.
Yeah, and Steve Schneider said to me, he said, we're going to be better. They weren't initially in the period, but they sure were by the time it was over, and they sure are now.
Last time these teams played, 1-goal game, 3-2. Now we have a 3-3 game with still so much of the third period to go.
A lot of time, Evan.
At center ice. Taken away by Catholic Central very briefly, and then a poke check for St. Mary's. Coming ahead 2-on-2, and a shot was saved by Brandt. And we got a whistle.
Net's off.
We have had issues with that net staying on tonight.
Yes, we have.
I think we can officially say tonight, by the way, it is 5:37. We're good.
Yeah, we're nighttime now. We're PM.
We'll just wait until it's summertime and it's actually light out later, and it's 5:30 and the day's still kicking.
Right.
I can't wait for that.
We're all waiting for it.
Ooh, that shot went all the way on Brandt. Good-looking drive from the point by Harrington.
Yeah, he's a big rig, man. Good game, like his game a lot on both sides of the puck.
All the way on Brandt, who came out to poke check it away from Gallus. St. Mary's still holding that puck into the slot. Just missed the intended target. Man, St. Mary's puck possession has been great in this period, but I think they're about to get a penalty.
Yep, they are. It's going to be a kneeing call. And it's Big Harrington who stuck his knee out on Liam Simone. We'll get a look back at it. That was a play that could have been a lot worse than it was. But he's going to sit. Here's a look at it. 24 right in, and I mean, clearly, I mean, that's, you can end a guy's season, end a guy's career if that goes a half an inch wrong the other way. So good that he's all right, and a power play for CC.
Still loose off that face-off. Now we get a whistle. Walker, the goalie, actually jumped off of his skates to try to play that puck down. Don't see that every day.
Of course, Walker came in the second after it was 3-0. So far, he's perfect.
Yeah, the first 3 goals given up by Reber.
Yep.
Which weren't his fault, by the way. I think it was really just the coaching staff trying to wake the team up.
Yeah, I do too. I mean, we talked about that. I mean, sometimes if your goalie's awful, it's all on him. But I'd say really only one of those you can really put on him, in my opinion, and that was probably the first one that Dye got because he got a piece of it. The other 2, those weren't plays I'd blame on the goalie.
Still 1:15 to go on the power play for Catholic Central. Lucas Smaj. Pass tipped into the offensive zone, still wobbling around, and St. Mary's clears that wobbling puck. Smaj and Leiter, Jackson Leiter, the 2 defensemen on this power play for Catholic Central. Heard a rumor Jackson's sister Maddie is watching right now.
There you go.
You're welcome.
Good.
Catholic Central into the offensive zone, wheeling it in front, stick to side by St. Mary's. Loose in front, St. Mary's gets enough juice on that puck to get it to center. 35 to go on the man advantage. Cross-ice pass, corralled by Smaj. Shot tipped into the mesh, and that'll halt the power play with 26 seconds to go on it.
Yeah, they'll get some fresh bodies out there, led by Dye, back out onto the ice.
Catholic Central does not have a shot on goal yet in this power play.
I was just going to say, St. Mary's, their kill has been pretty good in my book here today.
3-0 deficit for St. Mary's has evaporated just like that. They scored twice in the final minute of the second period, and now a goal early in this third has tied it up. Under 5 seconds on the power play. Shamrock got hit up high, and we got a break in the action. Actually going to bring the face-off all the way back into Catholic Central zone, it looks like.
Yeah, with just 1 second left, and Harrington will be free from the sin bin for St. Mary's.
Eaglets kill it off. 5 up, coming up on 9 to go. Shamrocks into the offensive zone. Big save, Walker. Came in cold in the second. He was all revved up on that save. Eaglets into the offensive zone, and a nice save on the other end for Bobby Brandt, fighting off that heavy wrist shot from Mercier.
It really was. That was heavy. I mean, he got him up on the left, just below the left collarbone, just trying to put that over his shoulder, and those are tough. I mean, I was never a goalie, but those are hard saves for goalies when they're up that high. And a good job by Brandt to gather himself and make the stop.
Shot battle was tied at 18 apiece coming into the third. St. Mary's with their 9th shot of the period. Brandt makes the save as Wells tried to sneak it in. Man, Ben, it's so strange sometimes watching games. If you had told me 30 minutes ago that the game would look like this, I would not have believed you, but St. Mary's has totally flipped the script.
Yeah, they have. And, you know, it was all started by the great shot down low on the glove side by Gallus, and then just a smart, heady play by Wells, and got him going there with that late goal from the goal line in this end of the rink to end the second.
Shamrocks into the offensive zone. Connolly tracks it down. Pass to the slot, intercepted. Eaglets walking ahead. Entering the zone left side with Mercier. Taken away by Connolly. And an interception by St. Mary's. Eaglets throw it in front. Battling for it. Puck still loose. Eaglets track it down. Back to the blue line. Shot tipped off the post. Back in front.
Great low shot from the point there. Really good shot by Ulmer, and they got a piece, but as you said, off the pipe.
Eaglet lost his stick. Hustling to the bench to try to get a new one. Doesn't matter. Icing called on the play. Here's another look at that shot off the post.
Yeah, that shot by Ulmer was dynamite. I mean, I talked about that earlier in the game with Dye for CC and his ability to shoot pucks low. That was a great job by Ulmer. That's what you want. Coaches want that puck no more than a foot off the ice. Let your teammates try and get a stick on it. Change the direction, tip it low, tip it high, whatever you can do with those wrists. But a beautiful play by him for the chance.
St. Mary's is out shooting CC 10-4 in this third period. Here comes Thompson. Big drive saved Walker. My goodness.
Rocket on his back there on that play. Blew right by me about 25 miles an hour.
Coaching staff for CC told us before the game, Gabe's our best skater. Apparently they weren't lying to us.
Jamie was not lying about that. I mean, this kid can motor. I mean, there's the shot. I mean, that thing was top corner, and just getting a piece was Walker. Otherwise, I think that thing's in the net. Looked like it was on target from that angle.
Since Walker, the netminder for St. Mary's, came in the second period, he hasn't given up a goal yet.
Mm-hmm.
And he's watched his team score 3 times to tie the game. Do they have another one? Shot from the point, blocked. Follow-up save, Brandt. St. Mary's still holding in the offensive zone. Pass in front, that puck still loose, steered aside by CC, and out to center. Eaglets take it away. Coming into the zone. Peeling away left side. Another big hit along those boards. Now Catholic Central enters the offensive zone. And it's scooped off the ice like a shortstop by Aiden Walker.
Pace has slowed a little bit here, a little slower than it has been anyway. Both teams, though, will change up their personnel. St. Mary's will get their top line center out there, at least for this game, R.J. Gallus. He's the one that started the comeback, as we've talked, Evan, with that first goal for them. Guy with a high motor, good player. It's been up and down between the two teams here at St. Mary's.
A couple of guys on that St. Mary's team who have gone up and down. The lease has gone up and down. Jacob Fedor, 55, has gone up and down. He's not actually on the ice with them tonight.
Correct.
Says a lot about both of these programs, that these are not the highest level of the varsity teams, and we have a game that looks like this. A lot of fun.
A lot of talent, man. These kids are talented. They're
turnover. Oh, Gallus couldn't turn forehand. But St. Mary's in the offensive zone. Chasing that puck down the right side of the ice. Catholic Central gets it out to center. 1-on-1.
Oh.
Into the slot they come. Oh, what a save by Walker. Karadimas did all he could to give Catholic Central the lead back.
He sure did. I mean, that's a beautiful play by Walker. And one of the notes I had when I talked to Steve Schneider a couple of weeks ago, we were supposed to do their game against St. Ignatius, but the weather wiped it out. And he said about his goaltender that's in there now, he said, Ben, he's athletic and he moves well. Case and point right there by Walker. What a play to keep this game even at 3.
5.5 to go. Right point shot blocked. Big hit near side of the ice. St. Mary steers it to center. All on the boards for Catholic Central. Pitchforked ahead by Valise. Intercepted by Catholic Central. Another big hit right at that red line. Space. Shot tipped high and out of play. Jason Kavich took the shot.
Yeah, Thompson right there was involved in that collision at center with Rogers, Sam Rogers from St. Mary's. Could have been a lot worse, but both guys got their head up just at the last second.
Right point shot blocked. Smaj couldn't get it through a lot of traffic. Eaglets ahead 2-on-2. Passing right side goes wide of Brandt. Behind the net. Played in front. Tipped wide. Linton bodied in the corner by St. Mary's, which is tough to do. 14 in blue and white is a big body.
He is indeed a big rig.
Tipped to space by St. Mary's. That allows Catholic Central to find the puck, but they missed the man they were looking for. Too hot for Thompson in an icing. 4:21 to go. Only goal of this period belongs to St. Mary's. Connor Bassett got the goal. Jack Weiserick on that play as well was fighting forward in front. Want to make sure Jack gets some credit too.
Yep. Yeah, that was that gritty play they made with a couple bodies to the front of the net. I think the way this game is ticking down here, Evan, I think that's both teams pretty tight. I mean, we saw earlier in this period and somewhat in the second period, St. Mary's pop 2, 3, maybe 4 odd man rushes. I think you're going to see it be one of those dirty, gritty goals if somebody gets one here in the final 4:09 of this game.
Both benches are waiting to see what happens in this final 4:09. It's been a game of runs. Catholic Central had the first 3, St. Mary's the next 3. All that matters right now, who gets the next one. Just enough juice for Catholic Central to get it to neutral ice. Pitched forward further ahead. St. Mary's finds the puck. Steers it along those far boards. Walking away with it, Ryan Hatch. He was bodied down on the play. Some big hits tonight by Connor Laird. Shot tipped out of play.
Who's not by any means the biggest guy, and you see that a lot with players that are undersized. They've always been undersized. They've always had a chip on their shoulder, and they've always had to play the game a different way, and he's got a lot of heart and went after the bigger guy there.
This is our obligatory Brennan Morgan reference on a St. Mary's broadcast.
That's why you're a great partner. You know me. You understand me, and likewise.
That's a good tagline for a rom-com. We'll work on that after the game.
Rom-com.
Ben Holden, Evan Stockton, coming to theaters near you. Box office over-under set at $30. And it won't be the over.
I was going to say, I'll take the under.
Stick to side, out of play by Bobby Brett.
Look there at Bobby, and start of the game, he was buttoned up. He was tight. He was that phrase you hear coaches always talk about. He was the calming presence in there, and they got to him, though, eventually in that second period, but I like what I've seen out of him. I really like what I've seen out of Walker in this game since he came in. He's been really good in the other net.
Yeah, remember in this game, St. Mary's starting goalie, Reber, was pulled when it was 3-0. Things have changed since they pulled him.
Yep.
3 in a row for St. Mary's. And still 2:50 remaining in regulation to get a 4 straight.
Tough handle at center there.
Taken away by Guma. Walking into the slot. Noah lost the puck. Catholic Central flops it along the wall. Held in by St. Mary's. Big drive from the slot. Didn't get home. Held in again on that right side. Now Catholic Central clears. Coming ahead. This is a 2-on-1. Shot. Save. Thompson nearly scored.
He can shoot the pill, too, like the guy that's got it on his stick, Die.
Already 2. Passing left. Shot. Save. Walker.
We talked about heavy shots earlier in this game, and hopefully we'll get a look back here at Thompson's last opportunity up the left wing. That's about as heavy as you can shoot it. Just a teenager, but, man, he's got a shot. He can skate. I mean, he just gets everything on that little flick of the wrist, little snapper there, and a good stop by Walker.
St. Mary's sends it high off those boards. 2 minutes remaining. Connor Laird for Catholic Central. Man, he collided knees
Penalty.
with a St. Mary's defender. We were kind of looking around for that penalty. There
Yep.
it is.
They're calling
Ryan
it.
Harrington, a pivotal penalty to take.
Yeah, no question about this one. I mean, again, that leg going out, you just can't do that. You got to stop that stride from going over and be a half stride back the other way in front of the body and make that hit head on. You just can't do that. It's a dangerous play to begin with. So here we go. Minute 50 to go, and it's a power play for the Shamrocks, Evan.
Shot from the left side of the blue line, swallowed for a face-off by Aiden Walker. By the way, that is the second penalty of the night on Ryan Harrington for St. Mary's.
Yeah, and they've both been by sticking that leg out. I don't mean to get on the kid. I know he's in high school, but you can't do that. I mean, you just got to be, again, you got to get that body on body. You can't put that leg out. It's just a dangerous play. You're going to get called every time, and you could injure somebody seriously.
Laird pass, tipped off a Shamrock stick and sent down the ice. Look, it's what's developing. Shot, save, Brant Kronberger nearly gave St. Mary's the pivotal goal.
Oh, did he ever? What a look.
Die for Catholic Central. Already 2 goals today. Swing and a miss. Got it back. In front, just missed Linton. Right back to Die. I want it on his stick. That shot rises high.
So do the Shamrocks.
St. Mary's can't clear, and now it's out of play. That faceoff will stay in their defensive zone.
Here's a look back at it. There's that breakaway chance, and that's a good look. And see where he was trying to go over that left shoulder, and then the patience. Again, one of the things I've been really impressed with Ryan Dye is all around game, but he's patient with a puck. He doesn't force plays. He waits for the right time. He's smart. He's got a great hockey mind, as coaches always talk about. Here we go, Evan, 50 to go.
This power play for Catholic Central will last the remainder of the period. Intercepted on a back check by St. Mary's. Under 40 seconds remaining. 3-3. Forecheck for St. Mary's. They take the puck away. Throw it in front, whacking away on Brent. This is killing valuable time, but there are eaglets behind the play. Catholic Central on the biggest rush of the game. A shot saved by Walker. Big collision in the corner. Back to the blue line it comes. Under 10 seconds left. Kick save Walker on a right side shot. 5 seconds to go in the third. Bodies converging behind the net. And we're tied at 3 after 3 periods. Man, some good looks for Catholic Central on that power play.
Yeah, there were, and St. Mary's just kept them below the dots, below the goal line. Wouldn't let them get out and get in a really good position to get a good kick of the can with a shot at the net. Walker there, the save, and then That's a smart play right there by Sam Rogers. He knew there weren't many seconds left and just ate the puck on the wall there. So they're deciding what they want to do in terms of the overtime. And I looked at I'm closest to CC's bench, and they said, we want to play the overtime. Normally they don't play the overtimes.
Well, looking at St. Mary's bench,
Yeah.
apparently no one told them there's no overtime because the
Apparently.
entire bench is looking at a coach drawing
Yeah.
on a whiteboard.
Well, that's good. Let's play overtime. Why not? They're putting 8 minutes on the clock. I mean, this has been a really good game. And let's see if one of these two teams can win it. The story of the game, as we've discussed, Evan, was the team there in blue. They were up 3-0, but the home team in white, the Eaglets of Orchard Lake St. Mary's, 2 late goals in the final minute, almost final half minute of the second period. Then they get one, a goal-mouth rush, a scramble here in the third. And, I mean, let's see somebody win this game.
Catholic Central had the first 3. Ryan Dye had 2. Gabe Leo had 1. St. Mary's has got the last 3. Berg Tool, Metro Detroit-based full-service provider of turnkey fabrication, milling, and turning projects. Go learn more at bergtool.com. On to overtime.
Yeah, let's go.
Both teams wanted to play it. Let's do it.
I think it's great.
Absolutely.
I mean, these kids work hard. They dedicate so much. Their time, their commitment, their love of the game, and why not let them play it out and see if somebody can be the 4-3 winner here.
Canane took it away on the back check for St. Mary's. Now they've got it out to center. It was even in terms of the shots going into the third period. St. Mary's outshot Catholic Central in that third period, 13-8. Does St. Mary's have that last shot that matters most? Catholic Central back checked away by Canane coming into the offensive zone. Dye on the right side. Pumps it along the wall behind the net. Banked back off that wall by St. Mary's. And fell behind the play. Got tipped at center by Dye for Catholic Central. Lighter for the Shamrocks. Being harassed by guys on his right and left. Still a lot of energy for both of these teams after 3+ periods of hockey. Taken away on the back check by St. Mary's.
Good play.
That guy forced to send it down the ice because he was surrounded by 4 guys, Cam Sussex, and a whistle.
Yeah, good play by him. And, you know, coaches at any level are going to tell you, you better play both sides of the puck or you're not going to play, and that's a good job by Sussex coming right back down the middle of the ice to make that play, and now he's in on the draw, which he wins back to the D.
Catholic Central spikes it out to center. St. Mary's right at that center ice logo. Entering the offensive zone. Looking for the winner. In the slot. Blocked. Shamrock straight ahead. Passing onto the left side of the ice.
Oh.
Absorbed a big hit and kept on going. Nice job by Gabe Leo, who scored the last one for CC. This is Valise for St. Mary's. In the slot. Shot wide. Oh, what a look for Kronberger.
Sure was.
Remember, he's the guy who had that look.
Short-handed.
Yeah, in regulation.
Yep.
And nearly had the winner there.
Yeah, he's had chances, and who knows, he gets it on his stick again. That was not off by much. He knew where he wanted to put it. The old adage, shoot to score, don't just shoot to shoot. Shoot to score, and obviously in overtime you're shooting to score, and a good job by him, just missing by an inch or two.
5:47 and counting in overtime. Catholic Central and St. Mary's playing a great game of hockey on a Wednesday at Orchard Lake. Ryan Dye for Catholic Central. Out to center it comes, Charlie Connolly. Dye picks it up and sends it wide. Catholic Central did not hold the zone. Apparently they did hold the zone.
They did.
And it's held in by Catholic Central. Man, that was close to coming out.
It was.
Left side pass, Dye. Big shot, score! The hat trick to win it. A hat trick is rare. A hat trick from a defenseman is impossible. What a day for Ryan Dye.
What a play. They got it on his stick. He knows how to finish, and he gets the game winner. We're going to talk to him once the Shamrocks are done celebrating. He's going to be our G of the game, and just a snapshot there that had enough on it to get through. And Walker, you can see him, and one more look. Got a piece. That's 2 that he scored that each goaltender got a piece of, but they weren't enough to slow him down. And he caps it off with a hat-trick goal and a 4-3 win here for Catholic Central.
Heck of a hockey game, Ben.
There was. Great game.
Catholic Central scores the first 3. St. Mary's gets the next 3, gets the game to overtime. But Catholic Central has just enough juice to get over the finish line. When you've got Ryan Dye, you've got a lot of juice.
Yeah, he's got a lot of juice in a lot of areas of his game. And, you know, I like seeing these young players and watching them develop throughout a game. And, man, it was pretty much instant watching him from the onset of this game. I mean, you could just see that he's a special kind of player and special way of doing it. And he's been kind enough to come right over. You're going to come back? You can come right over here if you want. So we'll get the camera in here. Actually, I'm going to come out here with you.
It's been so long since we talked to Ryan. What in the world could he have more to say? I guess we're going to find out, Ben.
Yeah, well, we got a camera coming here, so we'll turn you this way a little bit, Ryan. So, yeah, I feel like we've done this before, man. What a game, man. I mean, I looked at your bench. I was looking at St. Mary's bench. St. Mary's looked like we're going to play the overtime right away. Evan said they're drawing up a play. Nobody was sure. How does it feel to win this game?
I mean, it feels great. I mean, kind of sucked coming down 3-0 and or them coming back 3-0, but we battled back, fought through the adversity, got it done.
What was the key in the third period? I mean, when we talked after the second period, you'd given up those 2 late goals. What was the key really in your mind to just finding a way to grind it out?
We just had to, try and get a momentum change or try and get things swinging our way. I mean, obviously we let that third goal in to let them tie it, but then in overtime we just had to get gritty and get the job done, I guess.
Walk me through the goal. What'd you see on the play?
Co-star made a great play holding the puck in, and then I saw an opportunity on the weak side and just went for it. He made a great pass to me and just put it away.
All right, well, we appreciate your time. You're our G of the game. I'll make sure you get the hat, young man. Nice game.
Thank you.
Congrats to you and your team. Thanks for your time.
Thank you for having me.
You bet. Ryan Dye, our G of the game here tonight, as he had the hat trick and helps his team win 4-3. And you're going to remember that name if you're a high school hockey fan. This kid's going to be something down the road, and he's going to be a huge part of their program as they keep moving forward at Catholic Central. Evan, back up to you, man.
Ben, appreciate it. Great job down there as always.
You too, man.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Well, just avoiding all the pucks. You know, you're actually doing work. I'm up here fine, you know. I'm no pucks, no problem. No problem.
It's all good. I only got fooled a couple times, but no injuries, so that's the good news.
Amen, because that's not in the budget. Hospital bills are not in the budget, all right? So we love having you down there, but we just can't afford the trip to Beaumont or, St. John's,
Exactly. I understand.
Great hockey game. Congratulations. Ryan Dye has the hat trick for Catholic Central, and they beat St. Mary's 4-3. Any level of these two schools playing hockey is a ton of fun. Glad we got a chance to cover it tonight. For Ben and our entire crew here with the prep and the hardest working stat man in America, Pat the Stat, who is giving me one more stat before we sign off. I told you this game was pretty darn even. Each team had 27 shots. What a game. Catholic Central wins in an overtime 4-3. For Ben and the whole crew, Evan Stockton saying thanks for watching, and we'll talk to you again real soon.